Jigs and Bigs is just all about Canada lately. I don't know what it is, whether it's St. Nick and his complaints of fishing the Detroit River and wanting to become an American so he can get access to it year round, or if it's our next guest and her recent trip to a whole other part of Canada, Newfoundland. We got Becca in the house. Rebecca Yassine. Becca, how are you? How are things?
Good, man. Everything's going good. Long trip. Happy to have some time off to relax right now, but super stoked about the whole trip.
And I've had conversations with Jigs and Bigs listeners about your content. They're like, it's so much. She's grown so much as a content creator. This stuff is so much more cinematic. And it's like you feel like you're on that trip. But, oh, Jesus, something's going on here with StreamYard. I don't know what the hell this shit is. What is this? What the hell? Look, it's Rhea and Taz.
No way!
I figured.
Oh my god, I hate you guys, but I love you guys so much.
Alrighty, guys. So this week in Just the Tip, we're going to talk about, we mentioned in segment number 1, winter is on its way. The calendar does not say winter already, but the thermometer is definitely starting to make us think winter is here. And it's not going to be long. And, we all know as bass anglers specifically that this is where it can get really slow and really, really tedious to get out there and fish. In fact, some of us up north that don't ice fish are more tend to pack it up for the year and just say, hey, we'll see you in March kind of situation. But here's the thing. You don't have to stop open water fishing, regardless of where you are. If you can find, there are some spots where it's going to be so damn cold, you will not find any open water. But there are places that you can go. Like moving water is going to become your friend. And this is a great time to get comfortable with rivers and with creeks that are flowing and don't have ice preventing you from getting out there. There's some fishable water that's out there. Here we go. St. Nick bringing the Canadian love right here. He goes, best Christmas beer ever is from Muskoka Brewery. That is like the most Canadian sounding brewery I've ever heard. This is Winter Jack, double dark chocolate cherry porter aged in Jack Daniel's barrels. Again, take my money.
So back before I was able to drink.
Here's the biggest Canadian flex. Y'all can keep your syrup.
My favorite, when I could drink beer, my favorite brewery was out of Canada. It was called Unibrew.
Unibrew.
They made a Fin de Mont, Eo Benite, and a few others. It was more of a Belgium style. Like you had to.
Did it have the very metal looking labels? I've had those.
Yeah, they'll wreck you.
Yeah. Can I tell you, friend? We have.
Like, you know how usually like, hey, let's get a 6-pack. No.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy got a 6-pack each. And
we
drank them and we got we got hit by a truck.
Oh my God, we got a little bit of a war starting here. Look at this. They sell Canadian syrup here. It's called Aunt Jemima. Oh my God.
Binya
fucked up. I do have a question for old St. Nick here. In Canada, would it be Robin Williamsing a maple tree, or are you guys just going straight Rick Moranis? And you have both camped together before, but I mean only just this year. And I kind of knew this moment was going to be happening because I've been following Becca forever. But Rhea, I've been following your stuff for like the last 2 years.
Oh wow!
And
Thanks.
I've been like, man, I'm telling. And I think Becca, you and I had a conversation. I was like, do you watch Roaming Reckless at all? And you were just like, oh my God, absolutely. And I was like, the two of you are going to be the best kind of mess when you connect.
I remember that conversation.
Right?
Oh my God. Yeah, I remember that. That's so funny.
Saint Nick
Christmas pre-New Year's show is always exciting. God, this is fucking delicious. And we got more Pizzagate information too. Like we're gonna stir that pot today.
Pizzagate. Dude, I'm really upset,
man. What the fuck is that thing, Joe?
Dude, my wife has the most fucked up. She has all these.
Whoa.
Dude, they're all. No. You ready for this one? Hey, she has all these like stress balls down here, right? Because she has like the most stressful job ever. But I showed Bobby this one. Ready? This is a good one. Ready? Are we gonna get canceled if I show this?
We're
Bobby?
not gonna get canceled.
I don't know. Does it require you taking your pants off?
It's even got.
So like you can use it as a stress ball, and then when you're done, you can like put it back in and
yeah. Well, she doesn't let me get any. I just come and grab.
There you go. You're like, son of a bitch. This week I kind of took a dive into a part of camping equipment that I never really thought that I was going to, and that is diesel heaters. I've been considering. Yeah, I've been considering because I want to do more. Like I've camped down into the 30-degree mark, and I'm fine with even like my summer bag and the right clothing. Like I'll sleep fine because like I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but
Bobby Roast Beef carries quite a bit of weight with him, and it insulates really well.
So like I know I'm not afraid of dying or anything like that, but when it gets down to like below 10 degrees.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where, like, number one, you're not going to be hanging out around a campfire. Like, it's even too cold for that, You're not going to have all that shit. So there's a lot of time where you're in your vehicle. And if I'm in the back, I'm like, I hate running the truck like that. I'd rather just get my hands on a diesel heater. And I was listening to, it was past guest of the show, Jason Fletcher from All Things Overlanding. I was listening to his latest podcast. He was talking about some of the gear that he's like, yeah, if you're into winter camping, the best part about winter camping, by the way, is that there's 0 bugs. None, not any. And that is wonderful,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm into it. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to do it. But I go, the one thing on his list was a diesel heater. And he was like, there are so many ways that you can, and I never thought about this because most people that I see use diesel heaters either in a truck setup or in or like in an SUV like I do, where they're sleeping inside of the vehicle.
Sure.
They usually install it so that the heater is underneath the truck, and then the exhaust port feeds the exhaust out under the truck. And then the ducting comes up in to feed that warm, dry heat.
Right.
And I'm like, but I'm not looking to do that with my truck. I was talking with St. Nick about the idea of a float suit and the versatility of it. Being able to use it for ice fishing and everything else. And Nick and I were talking. He was like, oh yeah. He's like, and actually I probably wouldn't even get the parka. He's like, to be perfectly honest, he goes, if I were to when I'm ice fishing, I'm very rarely wearing a parka. Like if it's that cold, I'm not going to be out ice fishing. And I was like, all right, that makes sense. He's like, yeah. So normally if I'm wearing bibs and I'm wearing like a hoodie and like a base layer under there, I'm toasty as can be anyway. He's Canadian. He's built a little bit different.
Yeah,
built
what I mean? A little different. Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, he's like, I would definitely get the float suit bibs. And I was like, would you really want that though? Would you want the part of you that floats to be your legs? And not the part around your shoulders,
like a bobber, dude.
Yeah, you're just going to be fighting trying to keep your head above water to a certain point. Obviously, those bibs go up, but like,
sure.
I was like, he's like, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. I'm like, yeah, So in that situation, you might as well just wear your PFD.
There's so much we did not explore.
Yeah,
because the whole middle of the island we just cruised through, so we didn't even get to stop at any of the places.
We didn't get to go to the town of Dildo, which is so sad.
Which was Becca's number one destination.
Yeah,
this is great because now you have the ability a goal to go back.
We've talked about it. Yeah,
back and conquer Dildo. That's what I'm saying.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
Getting screeched in was iconic.
That was amazing.
That
was amazing.
Funny.
That was I don't hate rum. I like the vanilla rum, the coconut rum. But that was really bad rum.
It was
Screech.
Poison.
So Screech is rum. What's it taste like? What would you compare it to?
Poison. Like what's it like?
Toilet water.
Yeah.
Like is it like bitter?
It tasted more like bourbon for some reason. Like am I crazy? No, she's
Yeah,
saying
you're
no.
crazy. No, because I like whiskey. I don't think it tasted like bourbon. It just tasted like really, really poorly made. Don't come for me, but it was
Gotcha.
just like really bad. You know what I
Because
mean?
it's
Like,
made in Newfoundland, and it's like a Newfoundland loved liquor. But I personally,
it's probably an acquired taste.
I will
Yeah.
say I got a big kick out of the whole ceremonial process of it. I think that bartender had like loads of personality. Like he was
we
hilarious.
didn't put everything in either. Like it was.
Oh, I bet.
It was a lot longer than it looked. Like we were probably going through that process for like at least a half an hour, don't you think?
More, I think an hour, because then people started coming
Really?
in too, and then he was like waiting, and yeah, he was and he just loved to flirt with Maria, which was elite, like so funny.
Well,
Oh,
when you had to kiss the cod, I have questions about the cod.
Yeah.
Where did he pull a random cod from, and how fresh was this cod?
It wasn't like a real fish. It was like a
okay.
carving. But when I
no,
tell you
it was
like
a frozen cod. It was real.
it was.
That
No,
was
it
a
wasn't.
real- Yes, it was. It was a frozen fish.
It looked like it was real.
on a wooden handle, like carved in.
No, buddy,
Yes.
it was. We have to call them.
Yeah. Well,
But-
it's kind of
but
funny because we do have another. No, I'm kidding. We don't.
Imagine.
And, and I got to talk to you about this because I told you about the Lund being good and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't tell this whole story. So I was over at Hank's and I bring the boat in, we get it into the workshop, and I didn't see Hank. I didn't see Matt's bulldog, Hank.
Yeah.
Anywhere. We get into the workshop and there's like this little room. Have you ever been in there, Joe?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. So you know that little like room, it's out right up in the front. Like it could have been used as a tool crib or something at one point or another.
Yep.
So there's really like nothing in there. And he goes, "You want to see something funny?" He goes, "Look at this." And he goes, "See all the fucking marks around the side of the room, like where his head is? That dog likes to eat the wall." Like, and he was actively doing it. I was watching him. I was like, "Holy shit!"
What the fuck?
And he's like looking around, and the door's open. He's like, "Come here, Hank. Come here." And I was like, "Come on, Hank. Come here." I love that dog. He's awesome. Like he's so chill and just so much freaking personality. And he's looking over at me, and he's like, "No, it's Wall. It's Wall.
This wall time. Come on."
And I noticed that there's an outlet right there. And I know what you guys are thinking. I noticed there's an outlet there, and I say to Matt, I go, "Dude, has he ever hit the outlet by mistake?" And as I say these words, and I'm looking at him, I see Hank go,
Shut up.
no bullshit. I'm like, he fucking did it right in front of me.
Maybe he won't eat the wall anymore.
I don't think so, because apparently what Matt said is he
Pavlov's
does it all
dog.
the time. He does it. He goes, "We have to keep the extension cords overhead so we can get on the edge."
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, Jesus.
Pavlov's experiment was bullshit.
It really was. It really was. Full disclosure, I was planning to fish today. I was going to go to the Swift River, slip the boat in there, and just kind of enjoy as much sunlight as I could. And then I looked at the forecast, and I was like, it's going to be 13 degrees overnight. And I'm not okay with that. I'm genuinely not okay with that temperature. Pulling the boat out of the water and, risking my outboard. I don't know if there's something I got to worry about or not, but I'm like, let's not fuck it up that bad this first year. Let's try to get through it. So I am planning on doing some sends, but they're going to be further out toward the Cape, and hopefully when we're not so drastically cold where things can freeze so quickly once they get out of the water. Binya, this is a weird flex. He goes, "Oh yeah, we have so many microbrews up here. It's insane." Binya lives in Vermont.
Yeah.
They're all up there, man. All the good stuff in New England. Like you say, Vermont, anything.
Well, what the
and
hell
it's
else you gonna do up there, man? Besides fish and make beer?
Vermont diarrhea is better than diarrhea anywhere else in the fucking state of Massachusetts.
Diarrhea. That's a terrible word.
I've had it. Really is. It's terrible. But it is Vermont, and you put Vermont on anything. I would buy a Vermont kick to the nuts. You know what I mean? but I'm not buying one if it's from upstate New York.
No.
No.
So upstate. Yeah, no. Well, listen, New York maple syrup, Vermont maple syrup. That's all you need to say.
Yep. Yeah. Hands down. Rhea, I'm curious, what's your take on actually fishing with Becca?
She just watches.
Rude. Let me answer. No, here's the thing is like she's such a G about it, and I feel like a proud mother. Like when we were in Newfoundland, like we had like a really rough kind of like couple of days leading up to that day.
Yeah.
And Sky was sick, and then I lost my drone, so I was like, mourning that. And then when she got into the mackerel and just started like popping them out, I felt like a proud like stage mom. I was like, that is my girl. Like, yeah, she's awesome. My dad is like a big fisherman, so I grew up wanting to fish, but I was always too small to like go to the rivers with my dad and brother. So I guess I kind of like lived through her when we fished together.
No, I think the next time
her into fishing, she's gonna love it.
I'm into it. Like like I send Becca reels all the time. Like, can we do this? I don't even know what type of fishing it is. Like, I'll just see a video and I'm like, can we do this? Or like,
she sent me a bow fishing video for someone like shot a carp, and she just sent me the reel and she's like, can we do this? I was like, yeah.
You know what, dude? It kind of used to be like that here.
It did for sure.
And
things
then
just changed.
It's just the climate's just kind of shifted right a little bit, and we just don't get the ice that we used to. I mean, dude, fucking 5 years ago, probably like 10, 12 years ago, I was driving my Jeep out on a Quabog.
Right, those were the days.
You just don't get that anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Those were the days. That's what I remember when I was a kid, going out ice fishing with my dad. And like there'd be dudes out there with their trucks, and I'd be like, "Are you serious?" And he's "Oh yeah, this is fine." And my favorite is we used to have fires on the ice all the time, stay warm.
Yep. Yep.
And when I say that to people who aren't from up here, they're like I think I mentioned that it was during the whole angler episode I did with Dave.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You guys did fire? Are you fucking crazy?" I'm like, it melts like the surface ice a little bit, like you get some water there, but I'm like, it doesn't do what you think it's gonna do. Like it's gonna melt through.
Dude,
it.
I would do some weird shit to get fucking Dave out here on the ice, dude.
I would go ice fishing for that. Wouldn't it be amazing to go to like northern Maine and go like bourbon fishing with Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd be so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
You're right. And what's crazy is this. So we took her car to my my folks' place at my sister's, the beef compound, we'll call it.
That sounds like something you put under your arms or on your face.
Oh yeah. And I gotta tell you, when we were there, dude, my father made the best prime rib I've ever had in my life, hand to God.
Oh my God, you look so young. What do you do? Well, I use the beef compound.
I'm at the beef
compound. Sounds like the Discount Bunny Ranch.
The discount bunny ranch.
It kind of is the discount. It's more like the wish.
I'm out. I'm gonna lose my voice. I'm out.
Oh, Bobby's taking us behind the curtain. I am. So we go to the beef compound and we take and this was even the same thing. We took my wife's car for our drive to judge the Christmas lights. And I was like, man, if there's one feature I wish I had in my truck, it's these heated seats. I thought it would be, I'd miss the sunroof. I really don't. I'm like, these heated seats are amazing. And I don't know how this woman was able to contain, because she is terrible at like not letting me know what she decided to get me in advance for any kind of a gift. Like our anniversary is in April. If she bought the gift in February, I'm getting it in March. You know what I mean? Like she just can't help herself. And she didn't say shit, but she got me a pair, not just a single, a pair of heated seat covers for the 4Runner.
I have a warning.
Is it a fart warning? Because I probably already fucked it up.
Just be careful. Just be careful, because maybe nobody else, maybe I'm the weirdo, but if you are already kind of in this way, you get on a heated seat and you better find a bathroom quick, because it expedites things.
Oh, really? I've never had that issue.
Dude, every time this heat on the seat comes on, I'm like
Really?
I gotta go.
That's just you, I think.
Are we talking a number 1 or a number 2?
Oh, number 2, baby.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it I don't know what it does. It provides some kind of I'm very careful about heated seats just for that reason. Like I will have just gone like 10 minutes ago and I'll get on a heated seat and then it'll find more. I gotta go. Like,
okay.
Next time Zach is in one of my vehicles, I'm gonna make sure that thing's fucking scorching.
Steaming.
Hey, whoa.
The second row, my wife's vehicle has the heated seats and like in the heated and ventilated seats, but Emma sits on a booster seat, but like she's like for some reason she's like, oh, I gotta put the heated seats on, but I don't have the heart to tell her that she can't fucking.
It's
feel
not.
it
Yeah,
because she's on the booster seat. I'm just like, you go, girl. Like, yeah.
the plastic of the booster is releasing so many toxic fumes. And she's like, yeah.
Give me,
Daddy, I'm so
Give me some-
fucking hot right now.
give me some of that BPA.
J Manning says dingleberry collector. St. Nick says I get warmed up real good, then I put the vents on to take care of the swamp issues. See, that's what I'm saying. It's an alternating situation. I haven't tried putting both on. I feel like if I did, I'd open up like an interdimensional portal.
You get Bobby's car and you instantly get pink eye.
100%. You expected anything different?
I'm done. That's it, Joe. You just won the comment of the year. That is it. 2024. That is the favorite thing I've ever heard in my entire life. That is beautiful.
Yo, we haven't heard from fucking LiveScope in forever.
Oh no, we haven't.
Shit. This might end up being in place of the interview segment. We'll figure out how it all kind of works out, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. So, with that said, let's go ahead and wrap this sucker up.
Do it.
You guys are absolutely awesome. Remember, please tag us in all of your fishing exploits. If you're posting on social media, tag us in there so we can engage with you and show you a little bit of love. Like, comment, share, follow, all that good stuff. Yeah, that about sums it up right there. I'll tell you, Joe. Really, really.
I feel you.
Yeah, I feel like I'll say I'm going to throw out a statistic. 87.6% of Jigs and Bigs listeners really felt that right there. I'm okay with it. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what. I feel like this is a pretty damn good show this week, man. We had some headlines to review and talk about, some wild shit. The world of fishing is just a crazy place. We got angling superstars getting arrested and thrown into the clink. We got tournament directors and tournament competitors throwing hands at the local diner. We talked about how I have been just abusing my boat because I'm an absolute degenerate piece of shit, but I think I got it all together. And of course, we have the jig heads here who have been with us the whole time, jumping in the show. Let's get caught up with the jig heads here. John Hagen's jumped in. He says, "Good morning, fellas." And then Cheryl says, "Oh, when we were reviewing that Dark Horse tackle box in the Gear of the Week segment," Cheryl goes, "The paint job on that 110 is amazing. I got a bluegill pattern. It's beautiful." I think I know the bluegill pattern, Cheryl, that you're talking about. Chris does a great job with his bluegill patterns. Like, They are so dead on. Like, that was a real good feeling. I immediately then also reached out to Janelle, and I was like, "Hey, wait a minute, you're in Jersey." I go, "How often do you get ice?" And she's like, "Buddy, we never get ice down here, like hardly ever." And I was like, "Well, if you've got open water, let's schedule another trip." Now, I don't think we're going to go and catch snakehead. Who knows what we're going to be able to go catch? But I'm down to go give it a shot. If we can find some open water, I'm going to send it. So we've got a camping trip that we're planning in January now. I just got to figure out which weekend it's going to be.
Oh, yeah.
But the other thing too is this: like we were talking the round tables, we should have a conversation about the big tackle stores.
I agree. I don't hate.
I think that would be a good idea, because it's one of those things where, like, I try to go local every time I can. You know what I mean? Like, I try to go local for everything I possibly can. The more local, the better.
It's just tough because there's just not that many anymore.
Like every once in a while, you'll find me at a Chili's. You know what I mean? Like everybody pays a little something into the system one way or the other. It's shitty, you know, but like sometimes you got to do it, you know. It's sometimes it's just for sheer convenience.
Yep.
But yeah,
100%.
I think that'd be a fucking great idea.
I love me some Chili's margaritas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. You and Chili's have a history.
Yeah, we got
You and
history.
Meg have a history with Chili's.
Yeah.
No shit.
That's kind of how Emma happened.
That's what I'm saying. Did you guys ever get the Awesome Blossom with more awesome?
It was real awesome.
It was awesome.